Without further ado, let us start the webinar. What are we going to talk about today? Today we're going to talk about the advantages of working from home and disadvantages. Okay. As I told you, there is a kind of slow internet. I don't know which screen. So we're going to be working from home. We're going to talking about advantages and disadvantages. We will talk about how we can make remote work more effective and communication remotely. How can we improve our communication, our remote communication? We will talk about working from home tools. I will share with you some tools that you can use to improve, and working from home, the best practices of working from home. Okay. In addition, today I will introduce you to the next level, or to the next step, which is I'm gonna share with you our future program that is gonna be starting next Thursday. Okay. There are some chats. Let me answer them if. Okay. Again, if anybody cannot hear me, please raise your hand or write me in the chat box. So without delays, let's move forward. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of working from home? Pros and cons. There are. Let me share with you 8 top advantages of working from home. One, it's a flexible schedule. As you may know, you can work on your own schedule. There's no boss telling you what to do, when to do it, where to go, when, etc. Custom environment. You design your own office. You design your own environment. You set up the office the way you like, and you can hang that nice painting without having anybody making fun of it. Cozy clothing. You can wear comfortable clothing most of the time. Of course, unless you have a conference call and you have to dress for it. It's easier to make a calls for you. It's easier, way easier. I find it personally. I find it much more easier to make calls. There's no office distractions, no coffee breaks, no uninvited chit chats from colleagues, and which waste a lot of time. Very important advantage is the saving money thing. Is like no more lunch expenses, coffee breaks. Those buying those expensive clothing, etc. So this is very important advantage. One also one of the most important advantages is traffic. Oh, no more no more stucking in traffic and all this getting upset with and you know what I'm talking about, especially if you live in Beirut or downtown Kuwait, and you know exactly or Cairo. You will know exactly how it works. It's a hectic. More time with loved ones. This is very good advantages. Give you a lot of free time to have with the loved ones. And imagine one of the studies that has been made quite a few years ago found that the average parent spent 15 minutes a day with their kids. Imagine 15 minutes. They said that sitting on the phone or watching TV, that's not sitting with the kids. So imagine you're at home and then you have those 45, 60 minutes breaks, and you have 10 minutes to break with the family and 5 minutes for the kids. It's like if you make a calculation, it's very good advantage. What are the disadvantages of working from home? One is the lack of community and differences in culture. This is you're not gonna be stepping and walking through people every day. You're not gonna hit people, so you're gonna feel like kind of lonely, difficult or lacking of communication. This is very important part that we're gonna talk about today. Low reliable retention, very low retention, and for employee retention is very low. Reliability is very low here. Difficult to manage and maintain accountability. Okay, when there is no face-to-face interaction, accountability kind of reduce, and As a coach, I can really tell you that. I coach people on a weekly basis, executives, really great achievers, and they somehow drop on their accountability sometimes. So imagine you don't have that face-to-face interaction, how much you're going to be affected. Issues with payments and logistics, of course. Following up with a client on a payment on a phone is not the same as visiting them face-to-face. Loss of productivity, that's very gonna be very affected by remote or distance work or working from home. It's but today we're gonna work about how can we improve productivity, and it doesn't have to be low. We can make it high. Security concerns, missing important meetings, etc., and willpower. That's very important. Willpower or the discipline to have that line or the boundary between personal and professional. And today we're going to talk about drawing the boundary line between the two, and the order and doing things in the office and the order of doing things at home are quite different. They are not the same thing, but of course we can manage both. All right. Now, how can we make remote work effective? Now here, uh, I'm going to share with you also 8 tips to make remote work effective. One, over communicate. That's the first thing. I think if you have a phone with you and take a picture of the screen. So first, over communicate, because I'm gonna talk about it today. I'm gonna share with you why we have to over communicate, because there's a big part of the communication is missing, so we have to make it up. Okay, which is the physiology, the body language. Invest in reliable technology. Very important to use reliable technology, like for conference meetings or for calls or emails. We have to use a reliable one. So invest in good ones. Lean on your community, your family, your friends. Lean on them, depend on them, and let them be part of that working from home style that you're going to develop. Consider your workplace. Of course, we're going to talk about designing a workplace. I'm going to share with you a few ideas, that practical ideas. Figure out your working style. Uh, how do you do it at the office? Every one of us have his own working style. So, what is your working style? How do you do it? What are you going to do about it? How do you approach it? So, we have to take this into consideration. Take time for for self-care. This is something most people are neglecting. You cannot do that. It's very important that you always take care of your health, and World Health Organization recommends that 30 minutes walk every day, especially in the curfew and this COVID-19 situation. Uh, this is very highly recommended. 30 minutes a day, a walk, a real walk, and you should do that. Know when to log off. Work all the time you work, play all the time you play. Don't mix. So know when to log off. It's not about working 16 hours. You can have that 8 hours, which is super productive, and you can have the rest for your personal life. And embrace the perks of working remotely. Really embrace that. There are a lot of things you can utilize. So embrace them. Embrace those things. So what are the 5 main things that I will talk to you about today? First, we're going to talk about the location of your office. We're going to talk about schedule. We're going to talk about the daily routines. We can get outdoors, or we're going to talk about get outdoors, and we can talk about communication. Okay. Uh, the screen is suggesting that we can use the rule 888. Okay. Now, Nisri is going to educate us about the 888. So get ready on the next Q&A to I'm gonna unmute you, and you're gonna share your thought. I would love to hear your input on this. Okay, location where you work matters. You have to always understand, and you have to make it separate. It's exactly the same. You drive to your office because it's a separate building. So you have to have a separate office in your home. Okay, schedule, time where to when is a very important thing and really can help you become very productive. Okay, that's very essential. All right, just a second, please. Okay, again, daily routines. Just because you don't have that separation or the real boundary, it doesn't mean that you neglect yourself or your rituals. All right. Four, get outdoors. Okay, have routines and get outdoors. You have to really treat yourself as you should. As someone said, like we are house plants with complicated feelings. Okay, so we have to take care of that vessel and that emotional, that intellectual part. All right, so keep them balanced. And communication, working remotely, you don't have the luxury of body language and physiology, and you don't pump on people every day in hallways. So we have to over communicate. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna talk about now is the separate your space. Make your workspace separate. Like in the picture, I just shared with you a picture. Make it a separate. I don't know if you can see my background from the camera. Okay. Let me tell you a small story. 12 years ago, when I started my business, I uh, I made this office. It's a 5 by 5 office. I made it my office, okay, and I have two more rooms, right? Now, 4 years ago, we had the second child, and this year she, especially not this year, this month after the curfew, she asked for her room, okay. So she wanted a room. I gave her a room. So what did we do? Is I gave her half of my office. All right, so if I turn my computer, you can see half of the room is a very organized office, and half of the other room is a very messy workplace. And I made it a small wall, and I couldn't buy the separation now because it's full lockdown. But in the end, I made that separate place. So make yours a separate place, okay? Keep your workspace clean and neat. All right. Remove all unnecessary things from your desk. Keep them either on the floor or behind you or locked. Okay. Just don't keep things on your desk. Work one task at a time. One task at a time. Don't do too many things. And be organized. The less crowded you are, or the less crowded your desk is, the more productive you are going to be. Okay. And this is a quote: for every minute spent organizing, an hour is earned. And this is something I would like to ask you about. It's kind of would you agree or you don't agree with the statement? So in the next break, we're gonna stop and ask each other, uh, and we're gonna discuss this. Is it true for you, and how do you see it? All right. So this is how do you make it separate? Okay, it's very simple. Very simple. Make a small space for you in any corner. Doesn't matter. Just make it feel as if it's separate. You can have your office in a dining table and make it feel separate. Okay. So separate that area. Make it look like a workplace. Okay. Especially at the time you work. All right. The second thing I want to talk about is the schedule. All right, this is very very important, and most people really not neglect. I overlook certain things in their time and the schedule and time management. Everything you do from home and working remotely is the same like you work in the office. Okay, so what you should do is always schedule everything. Always remember, make a schedule. Always work from a task list. Have a task list. Before you do something, add it on the task list and then filter. Okay, create different lists for different purposes. For example, monthly list, weekly list, daily list. Organize that list, quarterly list. Apply Pareto 80-20 principle to know the very important or the valuable tasks for you, or the valuable outputs. Let me tell you what Pareto principle. Vilfredo Pareto is an Italian economist. He discovered that 20% of the Italians earned 80% of the money or control 80% of the economy. And if you look at this principle, you will really be amazed. 80% of the traffic jams happens on 20% of the roads. Think about it. 80% of the time you wear 20% of your clothes. 80% of your income comes from 20% of your customers. 80% of your problems comes from 20% of your employees. So if you line up your priorities from 1 to 10, and you know exactly what you do, 10 things, and you do the top two, the 20%, you will achieve 80% of what you wanted to achieve. So apply the 80-20 principle. Know what you should be doing and what you should not be doing, okay? And follow daily action activities. Like filter your activities, and the last 5 minutes on your working day should be what happened today and what is tomorrow. What should be done tomorrow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and really line up and start tomorrow with a action activities. The thing that most people miss is they overwhelm themselves. They put a lot of tasks. They end up doing nothing. You know, they got busy without productivity. So it's rather to finish 3 things a day than dumping yourself with 100 things and achieving one. So keep it simple. The second thing is don't use too many technologies and programs to organize yourself. We use one or two. All right, a calendar organizer, one or two would be good. Don't block more than 60% of your daily calendar. And let me give you something I do personally, and that's most of the CEOs I work with, and executives and owners and entrepreneurs do that. Let's say you have a certain rituals a day. All right, let's say dinner, lunch, workout, let's say family connecting time, team time, meditation time. Let's say you block those. If you block those in your calendar, let's say with their times, what's going to happen? It's going to show you where you can work. All right. So then fill up the working time, but make sure that you don't exceed 60% of your calendar time. Make sure you don't exceed 60%. That's what you have to always remember. Why? Because when something urgent come up, you would have to handle it, okay? And if you don't have a 40% gap, you're gonna be overwhelmed, okay? Don't work on your playtime and don't play on your work time. Don't mix personal and professional. Work all the time you work, okay? So if you have a 45 minutes focus on to work, you should have 45 minutes work, and that's what is how you develop discipline and willpower. For example, this is an example of a calendar that you can block. Uh, you will see it on your screens. For example, what can I do on Mondays, Tuesdays? Block your calendars. You know, this is very simple. If you expand it and you use a Microsoft Outlook or other calendars, you can really adjust it more on times and minutes. I could have shared mine with you, but there's a lot of blocks, so I don't want you to see. Okay, but again, block it, make blocks, make it fixed, and then build that work around it. Don't revise it. So working from home means developing work around family, not family around work, and that's how it should be done even in the office. And that's what makes some organizations more successful is they focus on building people's families and wellness, and when they do that, they get more productivity at their office. Okay, so build work around your family. So block your personal time, your family time, and then see how you can adjust it. Okay, and daily routines and getting out. Take 45 to 60 minutes breaks. Never do that. Never do more than that. Okay, at every 60 minutes, take a 5 to 10 minute break. Walk, do whatever you want. Okay, walk 30 minutes daily. Connect with your family and your friends. Okay, at least 3, 4 times a day. Daily routines, for example, follow specific action activities list. Okay, specific. Don't do it random. All right. Develop daily rituals. What are your daily rituals? Same as you do in the office. Develop your daily rituals at your home office as well. Okay. Meditate 15 minutes a day if you can. I completely advise you, and I really urge you to do that. Meditation is very, very, very important and really gives you a relaxation, contemplation, mental clarity just by doing it 15 minutes. Okay. Now, all this, along with the location and the schedule, the most important thing is to know keep it balanced. Keep it balanced. Don't overwork yourself and play. Don't overplay. All right.
الو
Yes.
حالك عم مش الحال.
All right.
اوكي جريت. كنت بدي اشرح فكرة الثمان ساعات، هي كل واحد يقسم حياته مثلا 8 8 8، بين انه مثلا ينام، فيه ينام 8 ساعات او 7، ويشتغل هالثمان ساعات التانيين، ويكون عنده تايم للفاميلي ويعمل اشياء فان كرمال يعمل ريستنج.
Okay.
فهيدي التكنيك انا كتير بعوزها بحياتي.
فينا نشتغلها مثلا 6 10 مثلا
بس حسب،
اوكي.
يعني مثلا ما في الواحد يشتغل كتير وقت طويل، يمكن بس يكون عم ببلش بشيء أكيد بياخد وقت أكتر، بس إنه يكون ما يكون يزيد عن الثمانية، يعني 8 as a maximum
اوكي.
لكل شيء.
ما يزيد عن 8 بأي شيء منهم قصدي.
صح، لأنه بصير كتير أوفر.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nisreen. Appreciate it. Do you have any question about what we discussed so far لحد هلا?
Everything is fine, thank you على الانفو. It's
Thank you
very
very much.
useful. Yes.
Carol, can you hear me? Would you you can unmute yourself and also join us if you'd like.
Yes, Omar. Yes, hello everyone. Very interesting, of course, وmotivational, but of course مع النيوز اللي عم نسمعها ونعيشها every day. ما في production, ما في income مثل ما لازم. يعني sometimes you like to work and نكون إنه قاعدين عم نعمل concentration, but I think the second day or the third one no energy, كمان no motivation. هيدا كتير عم نستصعبه. يعني ما بقى عم نكون effective every day.
Okay. What how can I help you with that? What is
يعني
the
how
concern
to
that you have?
yes maybe لازم نسمع less news, maybe to focus more, or you know like أنا عم بحكي الانفايرمنت، أنا عم بحكي من لبنان مثلا. اوكي سو انا ك ماي بزنس بكذا مجالات خلص واقف كل شيء. so even if I try to work sometimes I feel هيك stressful انه اللي عم تعمله long term ما رح يكون في عندك income، مزعج ونيوز حواليك. so بتحس حالك خلص out of the normal، كل يوم تاخذ vacation، يعني عم نبعد عن ال concentration of work. so
Okay.
what to do?
Okay. Type. You are being bombarded with a lot of negativities from all over and from your work. So are you getting away from your work? Is this what
صح.
you?
Yes, exactly. If
Oh,
I work, let's say a week, one day I work, the 3 days I don't do, I'm not productive at all.
okay. Do you mean working from home is being much more productive for you? Is that the idea you want to share?
No, no, less productive.
Less
يعني إذا
productivity is
بنقسم وقتنا إيه، يعني what you are talking كتير منيح وكتير حلو. Let's say I started today. The second day لأنه الأجواء بشعة، لأنه الأخبار، لأنه ما عم تعرف شو عم بتصير، لأنه ما عندك income مثل ما هو لازم، عم تعمل expenses أكتر من income. so أنت عم بتضيع الفوكس على شغلك وعم بيصير في فراغ، يعني عم بيصير في ستريس أكتر من النورمال لايف. يعني عرفت؟ هلا يمكن أنا استثنائيا حسب البزنس تبع كل حدا، بس إنه هيدا الشيء كمان affect negatively.
okay. Type. How can you solve that? How can you manage that? Let's agree that everything has its own solution. Do you think that you could really solve a problem here?
And what I'm doing, I cannot stay for 8 hours. Maybe I'm doing every day 4 hours. أو مثلا نهار بشتغل أكتر، نهار ما بعمل شيء، بعمل vacation يعني. especially مع الموفمنت، نحن بنمشي بطريقات بير وامبير، يعني نهار بقدر امشي بحس حالي انا اخذت vacation. عرفت؟ I'm trying to do هيك. عرفت؟
Okay.
هيك. عارف بركي مؤقتا هيدا الشيء بيصير، بس بالعكس what you recommend and شو حكيت very very informative وحلوة هيدي ال 888 كمان، لأنه really بتعمل بالانس. بس بيبقى يمكن في شوية exception أو ظروف معينة بنمرق فيها، بس إنه يلا عنا الهوب إن شاء الله على الكل.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you لإلك.
Okay. طيب I'll continue with the session, and we will have another Q&A stop and another discussion. Please, if you have any questions, again, you can write them down or remember them by the end of the session. You can discuss. And if you have any idea you would like to share, you also can discuss by the end of the session. Again, let's proceed. So we talked about the other part. Now let's talk about this part. This part we're talking about is called communication. You will agree with me that, as I said before, the problem with working from home and working remotely is communication. And communication, there are means for the communication. The slide didn't show yet on your screens. It will come in a minute. I don't know if it comes on or not. However, the means of communication, there are 3 different means for the communication to any message to be understood. One is physiology, the body language, and 2 is the tonality, the tone of voice, and 3 the words themselves. What do we say? So those 3 means, when we mobilize the 3 means effectively, we will have a very effective, influencing, persuasive, and clear, clean message that we deliver to others. However, when we are working remotely, there are 55% of this message, okay, is missing, which is the body language. We don't have the luxury of getting in touch or facing people. So what are we going to do about that? We have to solve this problem. How do we solve this problem? We create or we focus or depend or rely on the other 2 means of communication, which is the tone of voice or the tonality and the words. By the way, this means of communication is called the rapport pie. Okay, the rapport pie. I don't know if you can see my screen. I hope you can unmute yourself and tell me if you can see your screen. Carol, can you see my screen? What do you see exactly?
Yes,
What do you see exactly?
I can see physiology.
Okay.
You have the 55%. You have the tonality 38%, and the word 7%.
Wonderful. So we are on the same page. Then let me proceed. Now, how can we overcome this limitation? Very simple. Here we go. All right, we have to focus on the other 2, the 38 and the 7%. Now, when we remove 55%, it means physiology is missing, meaning 84% of the meaning of the communication is in the voice tonality, and 16% of in the words are the words, or in the words, or are in the words, whatever. English is English. So what we have to do now is, first of all, we have to be very intuitive. And this is something in leadership we teach. And by the way, intuition cannot be taught. Intuitive leaders are very high awareness leaders. So what we need to do is we really have to be high sensitive. High sensitive means we have to listen with our mind, we have to listen with our hearts, we have to listen to the energy, to the voice, to the shift in the tone. We have to really listen on level 2 and even level 3, what we call is listening to the emotions and the energy shifts in the voice and of other people. So we have to be very sensitive. Second thing is we should know what to say and what not to say, and that's very important because words here, not 70, they are not 7% anymore. They are becoming 16%. So people can hear our words now much more than they can see our body language or hear our voice. They Now you have to use clear tone of voice, and you have to put the right words with the tone of voice. Okay, it's not only what you say, it's also how you say it. Okay, the passion, the power, the frequency, the pitch in your voice, you have to be very clear. You have to start really developing that. Use appropriate visual aids, photos and videos to convey your message, to really assist your words and your voice to deliver messages. Use web conferencing from time to time to connect with your people. You have to connect with your people. Okay. Working from home tools. What are the tools you can use to connect and improve your communication or working from home? We can't be very productive if we don't have the right tools. Okay. And if you look at entrepreneurs, most of the people who work from home, the high achievers, most of their time are in Gmail, Google Documents, conferencing, name it, chat, WhatsApp, social media. Okay, so they are always there. Okay, they are always using these tools uh, to connect. So what are these tools? I have five main areas I want to share with you. First, connectivity. Connectivity, we mean by connectivity is WhatsApp calls, phone calls, video calls. You have to have certain quality, as I said. Lean on or invest on the good technology, good quality. Meeting, go to meeting, Zoom, Skype calls, go to training like this one. Okay, project management tools such as Manuscript, Jira, Trello for organizing or managing projects. Web design, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, Trello, you have to have those things to also to connect if you need them. Of course, socializing, you need social media, you need Outlook, you need to have certain kind of communication. When you work remotely, you can't say, oh, I'm not a fan of social media, oh, I'm not a fan of digital. Now the trend is you are either digital or you are out. Unfortunately, that's the new fact. You are either can work and be very productive remotely, or you're going to be out, and that's very risk on you. So what you need to do is you need to start thinking about mindset shifting into other behaviors. Start developing the success mindset or the work from home mindset. Okay, now I know you are reading the bottom of this page. Happy Father's Day, and you feel that it's irrelevant. What does it have to do with it? Let me tell you a small story very fast. When I started working from home 12 years ago, I asked my wife for the support. Of course, that's what you're gonna do too. I told her to work from home. I need the environment. To have an office. Office have to have its boundaries. Yes, my company is in Lebanon, established in Lebanon, but my customers were here, so I found it much more cost-effective, time-effective traveling and coming back. So operating from my home office was super amazing idea. So I told them I need the right tools. The right tools is I have to have my desk, I have to have my connections, I have to have the environment. And the second day, she took my elderly daughter and they brought me a toolbox. And she said, like, you need a tool. This is a toolbox, and the toolbox is still here. So, and the toolbox had screwdrivers. She said, like, when you have time, please fix a couple of things in the house. We need them fixed. Okay, uh, get the right tools, use the right tools, utilize them. This is the idea of tools. Okay, what are the best practice now? This is in summary. Very simple. One, practice good meeting etiquette. When you are going into a meeting on the call, on online or remotely, practice. Practice with yourself how to be effective, uh, using words, using voice. Practice with yourself. Practice with your family if you want. Practice with your colleagues. Experiment with what makes you most productive. What makes you productive? And it's not a one-time shot and you got it done and you're gonna be moving. No, if the 888 doesn't work with Carol, okay, what could work with Carol? And thank you, Nisreen, for sharing the idea. But I believe not every strategy fits all. So I don't take that as a must. Like if it works for X, it works for me because I'm an executive coach. I worked with so many executives, and I discovered that none of them use the same thing in the past 12 years. So experiment. Try it the first week. Didn't work. Try to understand yourself. How it could work. Prioritize documentation and key communication. Make priorities. Okay. Yes, thank you, Nisreen. It depends on lifestyle also. Clear communication, make it clear. The communication, the prioritization. I told you, make task lists. Create those task lists, filter them. What should be done today? What should be done in a week? Okay, make those priorities. Create boundaries between work and life. All right, create that boundary. Don't just uh, get interactive between them. Okay, uh, work 45 minutes, 60 minutes. All right, take a break. Then again, work. All right, and organize that time, manage that time between you and the family and your wife or your husband. So, made a deal. It's a business. It's a business deal. Like we can spend that time. You can have your time. I can have my time, and then we can have our time. It's nice to have it organized because again, you want to utilize this gift. I say working remotely because one of the most important things it gives you is more time with the family. You can't believe how much comfortable I am with my girls all the time. I can be with, I'm in their life. I'm not 10, 12 hours away from them. Okay. Make yourself visible at work. That's very important. Even though you don't go to the office, make yourself visible. Let them see you. Let the customer feel you. Let the customer see you. Let the colleagues see you. How? Conferencing, video calls. Make yourself present. Don't hide in your shell and cover yourself with that thing. Okay. Schedule time for socializing. Don't get in the office and never go out. Schedule time with the friends, with family. Go for a walk. Like now we have a full curfew in Kuwait, but we go out 4:30 to 6:30. We see friends, but we really use the social distancing, etc., etc. But we manage those things, manage them very well. Connect with your teammates, connecting with teams. Have groups for connections, team groups, family groups, and connect with them. Each group for purpose. Okay, do examination. And always remember, practice makes perfect. It's not gonna happen perfectly from the first week, but trust me, it's gonna happen and you're gonna master it. The first time I started was like completely lost. After 12 years, I feel as if I'm in a 500 meter square office and running the whole world. I can run whatever business from here. I'm really completely mobilized. Okay. Any questions?
الو أول شي thank you على الانفو اللي عطيتنا إياهم I have no questions. It was very interesting.
Thank you, Nisreen. Thank you very much for sharing your 888
Yes.
strategy too. It's very nice of you. Thank you very much.
And I want to say something. الإنسان بس يسمع كتير أخبار يعني حيضليه متأثر فيه، يخصص بس نص ساعة بحياته ليسمع كل الأخبار مش أكتر، لأنه خاصة نحن على السوشيال ميديا مثلا صرنا الخبر دغري بيوصل، فلازم نعمل لهم هايد هالاشياء حتى ما نخلي النوتيفيكيشن توصل، لانه كتير شيء صعب انه نضلينا موترين، فهذا شيء كونسبت كتير اساسي كمان.
Wonderful. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. If you want to be extremist like me, I don't allow news in my house. You can watch everything but news. Really.
صح.
unless there is something that worth watching. We don't watch daily news. It's daily news. It's daily.
صح إنه فينا كل يومين أنا تقريبا مثلا بفوت بشوف شو الأشياء الجديدة اللي صارت خاصة بعد الكورونا. يعني أول فترة كتير تعبت، يعني إنه خلص بتضل الواحد يتابع، بس هلأ يعني عم نخسر وقت من حياتنا نحنا. أوكي لازم نضلينا ناخد على البريكوشنز وننتبه لحنا، بس نستثمر وقتنا بشيء أفضل. فكرمال هيك كتير مهم نضلينا بعيد عن هالأشياء كلها.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Nisreen.
Thank you
Yeah.
a lot.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate your attendance and thank you very much.
Yes, thank you a lot.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate your attendance. I thank you again and again, and would really appreciate your feedback on your way out. When we close, you're gonna have the feedback form pump up. So would appreciate your kind feedback to improve our next sessions and the next and the next. And once again, thank you very much for attending and see you in our future sessions. And have a good night.